Just stay dedicated, keep going, keep pushing, keep showing up. I promise you it will pay off. But consistency is what pays. Consistency is what pays, and dedication leads to that consistency. Hey y'all, it's Sarah, and I am back with another podcast. And today's episode is going to be all about showing up and showing out, y'all. So, if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you guys will know that my daughter actually had surgery last week. And so, when I first found out that she needed to have surgery, um, I was kind of like, oh my goodness. Like, obviously, I was devastated because this is my 9-month-old daughter who's about to have surgery on her face at that. And it could leave permanent scarring depending on, how the surgery goes. So, of course, I was worried. I was overwhelmed. I was fearful of what could happen. All the things, y'all. And so, I already knew that I wanted to launch everything, the podcast, me coming back on YouTube, me like my new business being rebranded, all of that. I wanted to launch that on October 1st because that was the last quarter of the year, and I wanted to make sure I was setting myself up for success going into 2021, right? Okay. So, with that being said, when I found out that my daughter was going to be having surgery and that we're about to be going through all of these different tests to see if she has a cancerous skin condition or if it's just a skin condition that is just extremely rare, while we were going through that, I knew that I had to mentally be prepared and mentally be okay to deal with everything that we were about to endure. And so, with that being said, I made the decision to continue on my plan of launching everything on October 1st, even though I knew it would be extremely difficult. But with that, I had a lot of moms, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people in general just reach out to me and say, like, hey, Sarah, like, are you still going to do it? Like, you have so much on your plate. You have this, you have that, you have this, you have that. And for me, it was like, hell yes, I am. Like, I have to. And I really feel like that the devil throws so many things to us at the perfect timing when we already have so much on our plates because of the simple fact he thinks that he can go ahead and take advantage of us that way, that he's going to knock us down that way, that we won't live up to our fullest potential if he goes ahead and throws that curveball in at that moment. And so for me, it was extremely important to keep going, to continue to show up, to continue to show out, to continue to show up for not only my family, not only my daughter, but my business as well. And that's personally why I decided to just continue to keep pushing. And by so many people reaching out to me and, having those feelings of thinking that I should postpone the launch or, I should wait it out, or whatever the case may be, that really made me realize that so many of us are really allowing ourselves to be pushed back. For a lot of us are so close to our goals, so close to, the accomplishments that we want, and we allow things to come in between it in order to, have like that one. Basically, like we allow, and I'm sorry, y'all, like I'm like trying to make sure I get the right words out to y'all, but I'm just trying to like really put into words how often so many of us really allow our circumstances to kind of overtake our lives and to overtake what God has promised to us. And so I really just wanted to come on here and just encourage you guys to keep going. Like, even when you're having a bad day, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when your, child is off the chain, because we all have those days as moms. But, like, we still have to show up, y'all. And it's such a great reward that comes from that consistency, that dedication. And I have this quote that I made, so make sure y'all quote me with the quotation marks if y'all use it. But it says that dedication beats motivation when you're not motivated to be dedicated. And I swear I live by that quote because it's so true. Like, you really have to be dedicated to whatever you're doing because being motivated, y'all, will wear off. The newness of it will wear off. The success that you first start getting from it, all of those feelings will rub off. Okay. And so it's like, what is the purpose of what you're doing? Are you dedicated to it? Are you willing to wake up every single morning, even if you weren't getting paid to do it? Would you still want to do it? And whatever those things are that you would be willing to do, even if you weren't getting paid, even if, nobody was watching, even if it was only crickets, whatever that thing is that you would be so happy to do, you have to keep doing it because that's what your passion is. That's what you really love. That's what you can really be dedicated to because you love it no matter what. You want to do it no matter what. And so for me, y'all, that's honestly like it's creating. I just love creating so many different types of content, whether that's on Instagram, whether that's of my family, whether that's for websites, whether that's for people's social media sites, whether that's this podcast, like whatever it is, I really just love creating. And so I knew for me that even with everything going on, I knew I couldn't stop. I knew I wouldn't stop because y'all, like, if you can dedicate yourself to doing something, I promise you the reward in the end will be so much greater than whatever fear you have, whatever, moment you're currently in. And like, that's another thing. Everything that we go through is all temporary. So if I will allow something that's temporary to stunt my growth a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, this moment won't even matter, you know? And so I refuse, and I hope that you refuse as well, to allow something so temporary to hold you back from your greatness, to hold you back from the success that you deserve and the success that you can have and the success that you do desire. Because that's what it's all about, y'all. Like, and especially for us moms, like we have little ones that's looking up to us. And for those moms who, little ones are in heaven now, like your little one is looking down on you. Like they're guiding you, they're still looking to you. And so you still have that sense of responsibility to say, hey, like, I'm going to do this for my child, And if you're not a mom yet at all, then you still have to think, like, I'm going to do this for my future generation. And it's just so inspiring for me, especially having a little girl, to know that she's looking up to me. And everything that I do, she's going to think that it's okay for her to do. So would I want her to fail? Would I want her to give up on her dreams? Would I want her to stop doing something only because of a temporary situation? Heck no. No, never. Never, ever. And so even as we're unwinding, even though, we need to relax during times like this, did I take a few days off or a few hours off, during this time with figuring everything out for my daughter? Of course I did. Of course I did. But I never gave up, and I knew that I still wanted to push through with this journey that I was on. And I just want to come on here today and encourage somebody else, because I know everybody is going through a lot. I know money is tight. I know people are going through divorces. I know people are getting separated. And I know that businesses aren't doing as well. Virtual learning, like it's so many things. COVID-19, I mean, so many things are happening right now, y'all. And so just stay dedicated. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep showing up. I promise you it will pay off. But consistency is what pays. Consistency is what pays, and dedication leads to that consistency. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and let the outro roll out, but make sure that you guys really do write down your goals, know what goals you want to accomplish, so that way you can set a plan in order to accomplish them. And when you write out that plan, put dates on it, y'all. Put dates on it so that way you will continue to show up, and you will continue to show out for not only yourself, but for your audience as well. Okay, so once again, that's all I have for you guys. Go ahead and hit us up on Instagram at Mompreneur Hangout. Make sure you tag us in your screenshots of you listening to this podcast. And I'm going to go ahead and let the outro roll. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much, Mompreneur, for hanging out with me today and taking time to focus on yourself for a few moments. If you've made it this far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on our next exciting episode. Also, if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to rate this podcast and leave a review wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. It really helps me out. Until next time, follow me on Instagram at Seminole Media and follow the Mompreneur Hangout podcast on Instagram at Mompreneur Hangout. Remember, you are not alone. I get you, I feel you, and I'm here with you. You got this. We got this. If no one has told you they appreciate you today, please know that I appreciate you. Let's hang out again soon. New episode coming very, very soon, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned.